Am I the asshole for making my son pay for a new pizza when he ate the whole thing? I'm a 45-year-old mom with 2 kids, a 17-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son. My son has high-functioning ASD, which doesn't always show, but it affects how he thinks about others, like sharing or considering their feelings. He's a growing boy and eats a ton, way more than most kids his age. The doctor says it's fine since he's not overweight, but it's been a challenge when it comes to family meals. For years, we've had issues with him eating more than his share of takeout, like it's just for him. My husband and I have talked to him about this countless times, and we're working on it with his therapist. Usually, he just mumbles a half-hearted apology and moves on. Last Friday, things hit a breaking point. My daughter had work after school, so she drove herself while my son took the bus home. He was starving as usual, so I ordered a large pizza and told him clearly to save some for his dad and sister. I took 1 slice, leaving plenty. My daughter usually eats 1 or 2 slices, same with my husband, so that left at least 5 slices for my son. More than enough. I reminded him again before I stepped out to run an errand. Save some for your sister and dad? He nodded, and I thought we were good. 2 hours later, my daughter comes home, exhausted and starving. She hadn't eaten since breakfast because she was making up a test during lunch and couldn't grab anything before work. She opens the pizza box and it's empty. Not a crumb left. She just breaks down crying. My daughter's not one to make a fuss, so I knew she was really upset. She'd been looking forward to that pizza all day. I was livid. I confronted my son, who was lounging in his room, and he just shrugged, saying he was hungry and didn't think about it. That was it. No real apology, no remorse. I'd had enough. This wasn't the first time. It was at least the 3rd time he'd done this to his sister alone. I decided he needed to face consequences. I ordered another pizza for my daughter and husband, added a generous tip for the delivery driver, and deducted the cost from my son's bank account. It's money he gets from birthdays and Christmas since he doesn't work. When he saw the deduction, he lost it. He argued it wasn't fair because his sister has a job and should have paid for it herself. He even said we were starving him, which is ridiculous. Our fridge is stocked with snacks, fruit, veggies, boxed pasta, popcorn, you name it. He just refuses to learn to cook or grab something else even though we've offered cooking classes. My daughter thought I did the right thing, especially since she's been on the receiving end of this before. My husband's on my side too, but my son's reaction has me second-guessing. He's sulking, saying we're punishing him for being hungry. I get that his ASD might make it harder for him to think about others, but we've been over this so many times. The house is full of food. He didn't need to eat a whole large pizza. I want him to learn to consider his family, but maybe taking his money was too harsh. It's not like he has a job to replace it. Still, I feel like he needs to understand actions have consequences. Am I the asshole for making my son pay for the new pizza? Am I the asshole for telling my coworker it's her fault she's broke? I'm a 21-year-old woman working at the service desk of a grocery store, and let me tell you, my 29-year-old coworker, let's call her Jen, is driving me up the wall. We've been sharing shifts for about 7 months, and I swear it's been a nightmare. Jen calls out at least once a week, leaving me to cover her shifts, come in early, or stay late. I've lost count of how many times I've bailed her out. Every time I ask why she's ditching work, it's the same old song. She hates the job, the customers, the work, everything. Meanwhile, she never returns the favor. Won't cover anyone's shifts, just straight up bails if she's not feeling it, or leaves early because she can't deal. It's like she thinks the world owes her something. Jen's also always whining about money. Her car's a mess, needs constant repairs like the AC that just broke, and she's forever complaining that the job doesn't pay enough. I hear this multiple times a day, every day we work together. It's exhausting. Last Friday, we were stuck on a shift together, and she was going off again about her car's cooling system crapping out. She was moaning about how she can't afford to fix it, how life's unfair, you name it. I was so fed up, I just snapped. I told her point blank maybe she'd have money if she wasn't such a lousy employee and actually showed up for her shifts. Yeah, it was harsh, but 7 months of her nonsense had me at my limit. Of course, Jen flipped out. She got all defensive, saying she's the best employee the store has. Best employee? The woman who bails weekly and leaves her coworkers in the lurch? Please. She stormed off, and I thought that was the end of it. But the next day, my boss called me in. Apparently, Jen complained, and while my boss said he gets why I'm frustrated, everyone is apparently, he told me there's a better way to handle it. My other coworkers are kind of on the same page. They're annoyed with Jen too, but they think I could have been nicer. Thing is, none of them work with her as much as I do. They don't deal with her constant whining or pick up her slack like I have. I'm over it. Now Jen's giving me the cold shoulder, and honestly, I don't care. I'm tired of tiptoeing around her laziness. I get that times are tough, And yeah, our job doesn't pay great, but you don't get to ditch work constantly and then cry about being broke. It's not like I'm swimming in cash either. I'm 21, scraping by, same as her. But I show up, do my job, and don't make it everyone else's problem. I feel like I was just being honest, but maybe I went too far by calling her out like that. My boss and coworkers seem to think I could have been more tactful, and now I'm wondering if I should have just kept my mouth shut. Still, it felt good to finally say something after months of putting up with her. Am I the asshole for telling my coworker it's her fault she's broke? Am I the asshole for telling my mom it's not our responsibility to pay their bills and debt? I'm a 26-year-old woman living in a house with 5 other people. My mom, my stepdad, my 21-year-old sister, an 18-year-old family member, a 13-year-old sibling, and me. It's a crowded place, and money's tight, really tight. My sister and I have been carrying most of the household expenses, paying for bills like electricity, water, and even half the rent. My stepdad makes a solid $100,000 a year, but he's terrible with money. It vanishes on frivolous stuff, and sometimes we don't even know where it goes. My mom's unemployed, so the pressure falls on us. We're behind on payments, drowning in debt, and close to losing the house. It's been a heavy weight on my shoulders for years. Recently, my sister called out of her restaurant job because she was exhausted. She's overworked and mistreated there, and I get it. I just left a toxic job myself because it was wrecking my mental health. But when my mom found out, she flipped. She lectured my sister about how we can't afford to miss work because there are things that have to get paid. That set me off. My sister's been killing herself at that job, and I felt like my mom was blaming us for their financial mess. I snapped and told her it's not our responsibility to cover their bills and debt. We're their kids, not their bank. The argument got heated. She insisted that since we live in the house, we're obligated to help. She even brought up my grandma, saying she'd never tolerate this attitude if I lived with her. It was irrelevant and stung. I'm pouring hundreds of dollars a month into this place, so much that I can't even save for my own apartment. My sister's in the same boat, and now they're asking her to sell her signed merchandise, stuff that means a lot to her, to cover their bills. They even suggested I take out a loan to catch up on late payments. It's like they expect us to fix their mistakes. I feel trapped. Part of me feels guilty because I do live here, ungrateful. My other sister, who's 20 and wasn't raised with us, says it's unfair and that our parents are exploiting us. That hit hard, but it's tough to see it that way when I'm in the middle of it. The stress is relentless. I'm constantly worried about losing the house, and I'm tired of being the one who pays for takeout because everyone expects it. My stepdad's income should cover things, but his spending habits are a black hole. I want to support my family, but I'm burning out. Telling my mom it's not our job felt like standing up for myself and my sister, but her reaction makes me wonder if I was too harsh. Maybe I should be more grateful for having a roof over my head. Still, it feels like we're being punished for their bad choices, and I don't know how much longer we can keep this up. Am I the asshole for telling my mom it's not our responsibility to pay their bills and debt? Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my best friend's wedding after she replaced me as maid of honor for being too fat and asking for reimbursement? I'm a 27-year-old woman, and my best friend Claire, 28, has been like family since high school. When she asked me to be her maid of honor, I was over the moon. I threw myself into making her wedding perfect, covering the bridal shower, a weekend bachelorette trip, decorations, and more. It cost my husband and me thousands of dollars, money we didn't have to spare, but I wanted to make Claire's day special. I spent late nights planning, coordinating with vendors, and stressing over details to match her vision. It was exhausting, but worth it for someone I loved like a sister. 2 months ago, I told Claire I was 4 months pregnant. She seemed happy for me, but things shifted. She got distant, left me out of wedding chats, and made snarky comments about how hard it is to coordinate when people are distracted. I chalked it up to wedding stress and kept pushing forward, ignoring the sting. Then a few days ago, she asked to meet up. I thought we'd talk dresses or schedules, but instead she blindsided me. She said she didn't want me in the wedding anymore because I was getting too fat and wouldn't fit her aesthetic in photos. I was floored. I asked if it was about my pregnancy, but she brushed it off, saying it wasn't personal, just about her vision. She'd already picked another friend to replace me as MOH. I felt like I'd been punched, humiliated, heartbroken, betrayed, you name it. This wasn't just about a wedding. It was years of friendship crumbling. I told Claire if I wasn't in the wedding, I wouldn't attend at all. Then I pulled out the receipts for everything I'd paid for, shower, bachelorette, decorations, and told her she or her fiancé needed to reimburse me. I'd only spent that money as MOH, a role she stripped from me. Claire lost it, calling me selfish and accusing me of trying to ruin her wedding. She said it was tacky to ask for money back and that those expenses were my responsibility as MOH. I reminded her she'd fired me from that role, so why should I eat the cost? Since then, Claire, her fiancé, and her family have been bombarding me with calls and texts, saying I'm overreacting because of pregnancy hormones. They claim I should have let it go since weddings are stressful and Claire didn't mean to hurt me. It's like they're gaslighting me into thinking I'm the problem. My husband's furious on my behalf and says I'm right to stand my ground. He thinks it's absurd I'd be out thousands for a wedding I'm no longer part of, especially after how Claire treated me. I keep replaying that conversation, her words cutting deeper each time. I thought she was my best friend, but now I feel like I never knew her. Still, the backlash has me second-guessing. Maybe I should have just stepped back quietly and eaten the costs. Weddings are stressful, and maybe Claire's just caught up in the moment. But being called too fat and replaced for my pregnancy feels so personal, so cruel. Asking for reimbursement felt like the only way to reclaim some dignity, but now I'm wondering if I went too far. I'm torn between anger and guilt, and it's eating me up. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend Claire's wedding and asking for reimbursement? Am I the asshole for letting my girlfriend stop coming over in the mornings after my mom's friend complained about her showering? I'm a guy living in a house with my mom and her long-term EOA friend who rents the basement. I pay rent too, so it's a shared space. My girlfriend works grueling 12-hour overnight shifts from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And then sometimes she'd come over after work to shower and crash. She's usually at my place by 8:15 a.m., takes a quick 5 to 10 minute shower, and then sleeps for the day. It's a routine that's worked for us. She's quiet, respectful, and just needs a place to clean up and rest after a long night. I never thought it was a big deal until it became one. A few weeks ago, my mom's friend, who's been renting the basement for years, complained to my mom that my girlfriend's morning showers were waking him up. He said the sound of the water at 8:30 a.m. was disruptive. My mom passed the message along and asked if my girlfriend could wait to shower until everyone is awake. I was caught off guard. It's a shower, not a party. Plus, 8:30 a.m. isn't exactly the crack of dawn. But I didn't want to stir the pot, so I told my girlfriend about the complaint. She was embarrassed and said she didn't want to feel like a burden. After working all night, the last thing she needs is to stress about bothering someone just to take a basic shower. So she decided to stop coming over in the mornings. No drama, no fuss, she just adjusted her routine. When I told my mom about my girlfriend's decision, she got upset, not because of the shower thing, but because my girlfriend wasn't coming over anymore. She said that wasn't her intention and seemed frustrated with me for how it played out. From my perspective, though, what did she expect? Asking someone not to shower after a 12-hour night shift is basically saying their presence is a problem. I feel stuck in the middle. My girlfriend's feelings are valid. She doesn't want to tiptoe around someone else's schedule just to clean up and sleep. But my mom thinks I should have handled it differently. Maybe pushed back harder on her friend's complaint or convinced my girlfriend to keep coming over. I don't think I did anything wrong. I passed along the message like my mom asked, and my girlfriend made her own choice. I didn't tell her to stop coming over. She decided that because she felt unwelcome. Still, I wonder if I should have stood up more to my mom's friend. He's been there forever, and I get that he pays rent, but so do I. It's my home too, and my girlfriend wasn't being loud or unreasonable. A 10-minute shower seems like a small thing to complain about, but now it's turned into this whole mess. My mom's acting like I let it escalate, and I'm starting to feel guilty, like maybe I could have mediated better. On the other hand, I think my girlfriend's decision was fair, and I don't want to pressure her to come back if she's uncomfortable. Am I the asshole for not pushing back harder on the complaint or for letting my girlfriend stop coming over in the mornings? Am I the asshole for refusing to let my brother bring his girlfriend to Thanksgiving after she disrespected my wife? I'm a 31-year-old guy married to my wife, Lily, who's 30. We've been hosting Thanksgiving at our house this year, and it's supposed to be a warm, family-focused day. My brother Josh, 29, has been dating his girlfriend Lindsay, 27, for a few months. She's been polite enough at family events, but Lily's been picking up on some snarky, passive-aggressive comments from her that have left a bad taste. It's been building for a while, and I didn't realize how much it was bothering Lily until recently. The first incident was at a family BBQ a couple of months ago. Lindsay made a jab about how it's selfish that Lily and I aren't planning to have kids anytime soon. Lily brushed it off, but I could tell it stung. She's private about our choice to hold off on kids, and Lindsay's comment felt like a judgment. Then, at a family dinner, Lindsay doubled down, saying, "I'm surprised you two are so happy without kids. You must be really good at being selfish." It was framed like a joke, but it landed hard. Lily was hurt, and I kicked myself for not saying something then. I didn't want to make a scene, but looking back, I should have stepped in. The final straw came at a recent birthday party. Lindsay commented on Lily's part-time job, saying, "It's cute that you're working part-time with no kids while Josh and I are really focusing on our careers." Lily was fuming, but stayed quiet to keep the peace. When Josh asked if he could bring Lindsay to Thanksgiving, I put my foot down. I told him I'd prefer she didn't come because her comments have made Lily feel disrespected. I explained that I didn't want that kind of tension ruining our holiday. Josh got defensive, saying I was being petty and overreacting. He claimed Lindsay was just being honest and that her comments weren't a big deal. I held firm, saying it's our house and I'm prioritizing Lily's comfort. Now Josh is threatening not to come if Lindsay's not invited, and it's turned into a whole family drama. My mom's stuck in the middle, saying I'm being too harsh and should let it go for the sake of family harmony. My dad's staying out of it, but I can tell he's annoyed at the situation. I feel like I'm just standing up for my wife. Lily's been gracious, never escalating things with Lindsay, but I can see how much those comments hurt her. Hosting Thanksgiving is a big deal for us, and I don't want Lily feeling judged or uncomfortable in her own home. Still, I'm second-guessing myself. Maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion, and Lindsay's comments were just clumsy, not malicious. Josh seems to think I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, and my mom's pushing for everyone to just get along. I get that family gatherings are about coming together, but I don't think it's fair to ask Lily to suck it up after being repeatedly disrespected. I'm torn between keeping the peace and protecting my wife's feelings. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my brother bring his girlfriend to Thanksgiving?